When the IAO started its investigations against the two officers, I made clear the following 2 points. These are points I've made in the past as well, in the House as well as outside. First, our approach must always be to do our duty, conduct the investigations without fear or favor. Second, at the same time, we do not look to scapegoat or act unfairly. We do not go out to blame and punish just because there has been a lot of public interest in the matter and because some call for heavy punishment. The investigations in this case found that both the IO and his supervisor had neglected their duties. Neglect of duty means the failure to take proper action to perform a required task. Second, the IO did not properly verify some of the claims made by the parties during the investigations. Third, his supervisor did not provide sufficient guidance, which contributed to the lapses. I have sympathy for the situation they find themselves in, but they have fallen short of expectations, and they have been dealt with in the way other officers have been dealt with, would have been dealt with in similar circumstances. Thank you, sir.
Ms. Sylvia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two supplementary questions for Minister on what he just told the House. First, he mentioned that the punishment that was recommended to the two officers, meaning the IO and his supervisor, was a fine which was equivalent to a stoppage of pay, or something along those lines. So I'd like to ask him whether he means that the officers concerned will not receive their pay for a few months. That's the first question. And the second question is, were the IO and the supervisor punished similarly? In other words, was one assigned more responsibility than the other? And will one have stoppage of more months of pay compared to the other? Thank you.
I thank the member for that question. In context, what happened is that they lost, a fine was imposed on them, plus, in addition, a number of months of increment is foregone. So there were actually two penalties imposed on them. Now, the number of months differs for the two officers, but as I said, it's at the midpoint on what could have been imposed and how the two officers were approached on the respective roles that they played. The amounts of fine imposed on the two officers was different. It is different. I should clarify that they were calculated by reference to the number of months of increment that they would have gotten. The number of months is the same for both officers, but the amounts they paid is different. And that's the fine that has been imposed. Thank you, sir.